Hello, amigo. Gardens one on Instagram, and this is episode 824.1. Of course, this is a Weed Nerd World. It's me in the background. Hopefully, you guys have kicked off your week in the proper way. Good, prosperous week, getting through the week. Mr. Smiley rolling in. What's up, Iceni? Cheers. How are you this Monday?
Oh man,
What up?
shit! Just trying to roll some joints.
I need to roll some myself. What's
Have
up, package in 420? What are you rolling up?
some Burnside.
The antenna was talking about the Crippy last night.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch the whole thing. I made it about halfway through.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about it?
Oh, he was reading a little bit with it, and yeah, pretty excited with
Yeah.
working with the Crippy. It's like I don't even know for sure. It's me. I could, yeah. I don't a lot of I'm doing these interviews, I think people understand this about me, but like I kind of let shit fly, right, wrong, they're right, wrong, or whatever.
Right.
I kind of let it ride a little bit. Because I don't know if it's just that nobody likes to be corrected. All right. You know what I mean? And when somebody's excited and telling you their story and yada yada yada, and you go, actually, you know what I mean? It kind of changes the tone thereafter. So a lot of times, right, wrong, if they know the answer, whatever, I just kind of try to keep the conversation going because I try not to
That's
discourage the vibe in any kind of way.
right. It's his story.
Hmm, you know? So did you have a good weekend?
I did. Yeah, I got a lot of shit done. Yeah.
It was a weekend. I'm not stoked about Michigan's winter finally rearing her ugly head.
Uh,
Uh, I am very much hoping for there's going to be like a midweek break at least up here to where we see some like reruns and shit. I got some work outside I need to knock out when that happens. So yeah, I'm looking forward to at least a momentary break in winter.
yeah. Is it supposed to warm up again? I didn't see.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. I think it's Thursday. It might actually be 41, 42.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, no problem.
But
Thanks.
yeah, it definitely has that winter feel out there. You go outside and it's
Oh yeah, it smacks you in the face for sure. Finally busted out my heavy winter jacket today, so I'm using like a thinner spring jacket, I guess, up until now.
oh, you've moved out of
Yeah.
I know there, and I'm still pretty guilty of it. There was a time where in my life where I didn't wear any kind of winter coat. The best thing I got was like a couple layers in a sweatshirt. It's not that I didn't own a heavier jacket. It's just that's the way I rolled. That's my comfort level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing like the freedom of good sweatshirt, the comfort, good thick sweatshirt. Perfect.
For me, man, I get cold as shit. I hate being cold.
I made the transition almost mistakenly last year to the vest. Yeah, I never like before. I was like even slightly interested in a vest, the vest. You know what I mean? And then last year, the cheap fucker I am, there was a clearance in the year, and I picked up like a Dickies vest for like $5. $5 winter, vest. And it's, whatever. And
You can get one of them poofy ones, the
oh,
poofy.
it's not, no, it's not the poofy one. It's like a Carhartt like thickness. You know what I mean? No, it's not that. Yeah, bright vinyl, poofy. No, no, it's not that one. But I hate to admit it, but I like it. I've been wearing it quite a bit so far this year. Just again, that arm freedom. You know what I mean? Means everything. Gotta be able to swing a hammer, whatever.
How's that for a quote of the day? Arm freedom definitely matters.
So the beans are up popping.
Oh yeah. What'd you cry? What'd you drop?
So far, I dropped the autos, and they had a little bit of a lag in the come up, and I had given up. Even texted my friend Smiley here and was like, "Yeah, cuts, please." And even at that, I was like, still gonna drop some. So I let the autos be, and then I texted you, cuts. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna just get some cuts here, and then I turned around and opened up the box, and then seen North Star had sent me some thumbs. So I dropped four of those that they were that's his strawberry brulee, which I want to say strawberry diesel. I forget what his one of his streams. Not sorry, Joel, for not having this ready and all that shit. But nonetheless, I was like, got faith here. These seeds are popping. And I said, I give these 24 hours. 24 hours. 36 max.
For what?
So right now would be like 36. And yesterday at 24 hours, nothing. Nothing. I guarantee. Looked at Angel and I said, I guarantee it's time tomorrow. There'll be seedlings.
Guaranteed.
And then yeah, guaranteed. Did it the old I think the auto was I put straight to soil. And so they lag. And then I did these ones in my tried and true, the root riot cube, upside down, in a sealed container. Try to this ain't gonna fit. And then earlier today, less than the 36-hour mark, I could just get ready to rip out of the root riot. So I already got one of the four guaranteed. I guarantee. I looked at Angel today. I was like, I guarantee all four of these coming up. And then before I went to the gym this evening, wandered into the laundry room / grow tent area, and peeking in my tent. Man, I've been peeking in on these autos every couple of hours, and I said yesterday, I'm like, I'm not giving up on these. So I'm just gonna let them go. We'll see what happens. Really extended time, and then I'll be damned. Right before the gym, I look in there and I see an inch tall, and I just literally scream, "I'll be goddamn, goddamn!" 6 days, but there she is. So I got one auto for sure, and I'm not giving up on the other yet. I got good confidence that other is going to sprout up. But so
Like everybody that starts a new room, you're gonna do exactly like everybody does. It's unavoidable. You get that space, and you're just gonna fucking pop a bunch of shit. You're gonna have clones. You're gonna have autos going. You're gonna have next round of fem seeds. I love it.
It's weird how that shit works too, because like I haven't really talked about it on the show that I got anything started again. I haven't talked about it in real life, daytime shit. And then I already today, unnamed light sponsor. Can we send you a light? I'm like, really? Already? I mean, I haven't even fucking said anything. I'm not going that route. It's too early for that. It was nice to know I was still being considered out there all that time. So during the seed conversation, I'd kind of like changed my mind or reconsidered, or I'm back to Facebook on proper direction to place a seed to store. Now, in the past, we've talked about like, is there an up or down right way to plant a seed? You know what I mean? I don't know if you remember, but I know for a fact we've had this conversation. Is there a proper way to actually drop that seed in? And I've talked about this, even drawn major little diagrams on how to drop the seed. And I was always kind of on the point and had learned to where the proper way, or the way I understood it, was to drop the seed in pre-moistened soil, circle down. So when she cracked, that the seedling, that root would come out, go back around, and then as that seedling would want to grow up and out of the pull up and shuck the shell itself. And I thought, yeah, that seems right. That's how nature shucks that seed shell. The other day I was kind of like moving it around in my head again a little bit as I was considering the delay in the seed pops in the autumn. You know what I mean? So now I flipped it around a little bit, and wondered, okay, now the seed's like this. You know what I mean? We planted it the other way, and now the bee is facing down. Now it would make sense for it that way as well. For that root to come out, start pushing down into the ground, and then use the hardness of that shell to push its way through that soil. You know what I mean? That little like fucking protection, like shield protecting those little leaves until she got up to the top and then shucked that shell. So now, and I was pretty adamant about the first method there for a while, but now I actually like kind of pictured it in my head and flipped it around. I'm not so sure there is a right or wrong way, or you know what I mean? I think either way, nature is gonna do its thing, but I don't, as far as which way is right or wrong, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well,
I'm in ground zero again.
when you say nature, I'm thinking, okay, so out in the wild, you can picture a field of cannabis, right? Males pollinating all that shit. Where the fuck's the seed? Who's placing the seed a certain way?
True that.
Nobody is. They're falling whatever fuck way, and the taproot comes out. It goes whatever fuck way it needs to go. You know.
Well, okay. This is where my weird little mind works again, or maybe nature's design is already part of that, because they're already, there is a shape. Nature's put a shape to it. So let's say, okay, yeah, it does fall on the ground, it's on its side, or even straight up. Soil gets wet, and because of the design and it not being able to, maybe straight sink, maybe it's designed to flip. You know what I mean? And kind of, maybe there's a design there that pushes it, or you know what I mean? It rolls that way, or that circle maybe heavier, so it always lands, or bottom up. You know what I mean? Nature's fucking weird like that. The natural design of things. You can look at something and go, yeah, it's beautiful, but it has no purpose. And then, nature has included a purpose in that design some way, function.
Well, there is a lot that isn't. Like, for example, the different design of different leaves. There's really no necessarily functional advantage of some of that. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, it is amazing.
It is a pretty amazing. Nature's fucking amazing. And we've talked about this. Again, I'm not in any kind of way fucking knocking organics or in the complexity of organics or not. But like I said that day in the show, nature seems at a glance, everything's works so well together. It seems so simple to the eye, but the more you break it down and you put it under a microscope and shit, there's such complex shit actually happening in nature that it fucking blows your mind. Yeah, we like to say that organics is simple, but once you start pulling back the veil and trying to understand how everything is working seamlessly, there's nothing
Well,
simple really about it. You know what I mean? It's really complex. Nature just makes it look fucking simple.
yeah. I mean, I'm under the belief that there is like, the book of nature, so to speak, that God reveals himself in our discovery of that. So, the amazement and the awe of it, of what he's done is, I guess, what I see in that. Because there is cool shit. Like, I never realized there were, like, gears. Is there gears anywhere in nature? Or is that a complete human, is that a complete human invention, gears? And it turns out there are gears in nature. There's a little leafhopper bug that can jump like 100 times or 300 times its body length or some shit like that. But in order to do that, it requires precise timing of the legs. So when the legs launch, they have to be exactly in time. And the way that it does that is it has these little gears that actually hold the legs in time with each other. So as it releases, it's like a one shot and it shoots them straight instead of like Kittywampus if one leg went further. You know what I mean? Like one leg launched before the other or whatever. Like, I don't know, it's just pretty amazing. You wouldn't think there were gears. Fucking gears in nature, man.
It's really a wild system. It'll be a long time before we really understand, if we ever really understand how everything works together. It's great.
I don't think we
Crazy.
could. I don't see how we could because it's kind of always evolving and changing to the environment changes and all that. And we're still discovering new species all the time. And not that they weren't there before, but I mean, it's new. They might have been there all along. We just never seen them. We never discovered them.
I know. Cheers, Carlton. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Pretty well.
Virtual background was like filling in your eye, your glasses there for a minute. Looked pretty badass, actually.
I didn't feel like getting the green screen out, but that worked out to be a really cool effect.
Yeah.
So, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was good. It was peaceful, quiet.
Nice.
How about you guys?
Yeah,
Good.
it's good. We got to have the family over to our house, so that was a little hectic. But good to see everybody.
Awesome.
Cheers, Mr. Bingus.
Bingus.
Eagles, Smiley, Carlton Moore. How are you, sir?
Bingus.
Between the glasses and the headphones, Bingus, I think more and more people are thinking some way along the lines.
Well, lean this way and we can put our heads together and make an ass out of ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, brother, what you smoking on tonight?
Oh man, I got the platinum asset. Smiley, you saw that reel?
Yeah, looking
Stuff's
good.
stuff's awesome. Man. Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah. That was you, man. That was me.
Well, you're half. I mean, you provided half of the ingredients, which the cake turned out well.
Yeah, but I like it too. I got one in pledge right now.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't been up here for a minute. I want to say hi to everybody. How you been, Eagle? You doing good, buddy?
Doing well, my friend. Doing very well.
Excellent.
Hey, how many girls did you have with that one, Bingus? Was there a lot of variability in them, or 'cause I only wound up with one. So.
The 24 so far I've searched. There's quite a bit of uniformity for a F1. I must admit, it's very stable. But I went back to number 6 because it just has the beautiful calyx to leaf ratio that has these huge nugs that they're just solid and awesomely tasty. And it easy talk about easy trim. And it's like you're done. So yeah, it's a keeper for me. I do, dude. I still have plenty of beans if anybody wants some, just to get a hold of me. Except I'm not trying to create a seed company or anything like that. I'm just saying if anybody wants them, I got plenty. So they're F1s, but I haven't seen. It's not like the Bingusberg I have. There's some. It's not stable for an F1. Extremely vigorous, and half of them are really good keepers, but the other half are just so.
As far as seeds go, though, Smiley's Angels has a sale for Cyber Monday with the code THANKS, 50% off.
Nice, nice. I'll be looking at that.
Just throw that out there, you know.
Oh,
Absolutely.
plug in.
Uh, yeah, I can't. I mean, unless you're good at it, like Smiley, I'm not trying to wedge in on your action at all.
I'm just not wedging that shit.
But with the platinum cake and Spartacus, man, that turned out really well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at the platinum cake raspberry Spartacus right now. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't see that early frost like I want to see. But ooh, sometimes you gotta wait, you gotta wait for it.
I don't know, man. The diamond pheno, the mother, throws that frost so thick and so, like, it's like she just set buds and already the sucker leaves are covered. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
It's yeah.
she's pretty amazing when she's on, for sure.
Yeah. Growing it right too. It takes a few times to get it down. Even when I fucked it up, it turned out well, which was
She'll
nice.
take whatever you feed her, really.
Yeah.
She's a healthy girl like that. She'll eat whatever. I found that out because I was doing the soil tests and then I was getting the reamendment recipes. And early on, I made the mistake of like how I told them the volume of soil was or whatever. And I figured it out later, but I was basically adding like 2.5 times the amount I should have been on them. So yeah, and I noticed it on some of the genetics that weren't responding well to it, but fucking that platinum cake, she just took it, dude. And it was like just threw a big hand grenade bud and like was like the biggest yield I'd had out of her and everything. She just and didn't skip a beat, man. She threw frost, she had it all still. Like,
That's
so,
awesome.
like,
That's
oh,
good.
likes that. She eats.
She's a bush, and I like to clean her out on the inside and then take her over there because it just seems to really make the outside nugs huge. But yeah, man, that's a big time winner.
I put that as an entry into the sun-grown cup because I had one outdoor. I grew. So.
Oh, I bet you got some huge nugs off that.
Actually, not so huge, but they're stickier than sticky. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sticky shit. Good stuff, man. Cheers, Weed Nerd World. How are you, everybody out there in the chat room? It's always great to see everybody. Yeah. Carlton, how are you, sir? I don't think I've ever had an opportunity to
I
meet
don't,
you live.
I don't think we've chatted in person yet. I'm good, man. How you doing? Nice to meet you
Um,
in person.
I'm doing great, doing great. I like your hat. That's a big giveaway right there.
You know what? This ended up being my work hat when I moved to Canada for a while, and I needed a second hat for my nicer cap that I like, and I just bought this at a thrift shop, and then I've stuck with it because Amsterdam. What the hell?
But,
Yeah.
Discussion you guys were having as I was jumping in here. You were talking about seeds and how they fall and land and you know establish themselves.
yeah, give it to us, man. What you got on it?
Well, I don't know if I have anything to add to it except that I've observed a lot of that myself and had a lot of time to think about that, and I've heard a lot of other people discussing that. And some of the things that fascinate me about that are, like cannabis seed, that whole thing by itself is interesting. But think about like maple trees, how they make that little leaf that flutters down and flies, right? Or like the dandelion that throws this little floaty thing that flies off in the wind for next to forever. Like those are some really incredible machine functions designed. Like, I don't know how you can look at that and not say this universe was designed with an intent from A to Z. Like, I just don't know how you could look at all that order and all that perfection and all these integrated systems, living systems operating within each other, feeding each other, and not think that there's some greater creator of some sort that made all this. This can be random. Those are my thoughts. But yeah,
Yeah.
I also agree. The shape of the seed, I think, is part of, it's supposed to sit a certain way. But at the end of the day, they reach down, they throw that root down for soil, and they throw that cotyledon up for light, and they go from there, right? So they're sensing their environment just like us from day one.
Living.
It's the most logical inference to make, is what the word would be.
Yeah, well said. So those are my thoughts on that. But I love that discussion. I love thinking about those things. And I love when I hear people talking about that because it always gets my mind going again.
I was really dead set on, the first version of, it being this being up, the circle being down, and it being able to kind of shuck itself as it was coming up or whatever. Because I don't usually plant that deep. Kind of figured it'd go down and then pop itself up, kind of strengthening itself as it come up. But as I flipped it around and actually put it in my head, you know what I mean? And I'm not fucking sure, to be
Well, how
honest
deep are
with
you burying it? I mean, like how deep do you put a seed in the soil in the root riot?
you. Not very deep, half-inch tops, 3/8 to a half inch.
Same
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Well, then that's the other thing too that's so intriguing about it. It's like in order for it to succeed in nature, it'd have to fall off the plant, land in soil or material loose enough that it could settle in and actually like have moisture and space around it enough to get started, right? Like and to kind of bury itself in enough material to have moisture around it long enough to properly germinate, right? It's like it can't just sit on top of like dry soil. You'd have to have like a week of steady rain, or it would have to fall into some grass material that was wet all the time from dew or soil moisture or something.
Well,
Right?
think of them overwintering even. Like we talk, we soak the seeds to get them to pop and all that, but like they're soaking in water the whole time, and then they choose a time. You know what I mean? The temperature's right, the environment's right, and then they pop. Like that's crazy too.
Well, and that's where I think, the two intermix right there. You both of your methods right there. So the plant goes senescence into the winter, drops those seeds. Winter happens, snow accumulates, the spring comes, the ground gets soft. That weight of the snow kind of shoves it in that quarter to half inch. You know what I mean? That's how I don't think it sits on that hard dirt. I think, winter and spring help kind of give it that little push down into the ground.
Yeah, that's that other part of the system, isn't it? That all that winter snow and weight and debris from fall falling and kind of like settling everything down, pinning those seeds down, holding them cold and dormant for the winter, or actually probably protecting the seeds from temperature fluctuations a little bit as well. And
For
then
animals stepping on them too, stuff like that.
Well, see, the whole thing is an interconnected system that's relying on each other aspect of the system to propagate forward in a timeline in a horizontal manner. So
yeah.
it's beautiful when you dissect it down like that. Now that we're moving into quantum physics, I think eventually they will be able to prove that we actually have souls, all right? That it's not just a lower dimensional 3D, that it's a multi-dimensional system.
Depending on who you listen to, there's already people talking about that. There's some
Yeah.
crazy stuff around that topic, let me tell you. Like there's crazy shit around that. It's
Yeah, the whole out of body experience thing. There's like a whole book on people's stories from their like out of body and surgeries and shit like that. It's like crazy, it's crazy.
And then you got guys claiming they've done like a 20 and back, where like they've done secret military projects and done time on another star, and they move them out of their consciousness and back in. I don't know. It could be all BS, but who knows? Might be possible.
Well, what gives it the possibility is that half your life you spend sleeping.
Yeah.
All right. So where are
That's
you?
Where are you for 8 hours?
you're in another dimension. Your mind has slipped and changed channels, if you will. And
Yeah.
it's almost like the avatar system. You know what I mean? One day, you're up and awake, living one life. You go to sleep, bam, now you're a fucking avatar and shit in another world. And shit. I think it could be something, because your mind never shuts off. I mean, they can put you to a meter and your mind's never sleeping. You know what I mean? So
But
what it
sleep is a necessity. Like you die without it. You know what I mean? Like
your
that's
vessel needs to sleep.
Yes.
Could it be that we're just all soul carriers? We're carrying a fragment of the divine so that it can experience in a multi-dimensional way and multiverses.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And I've also heard this presented that it could be oh, this is my train of thought. I hate when that happens. It could be like um basically like our souls. Okay, Rupert Sheldrake. Anybody familiar with Rupert Sheldrake?
Who?
Rupert Sheldrake,
Yes.
researcher scientist.
Yeah.
He's done some really interesting studies on consciousness. He's got a theory about consciousness that it basically is projected from whatever creates the universe to each of us, and our conscious is actually transmitted to us because they've done some experiments where they've taken cells out of. I think they were taking. I forget the details of this very specifically, but they took cells out of human bodies, and they found that they wouldn't pair with something else. It was I forget the details. It frustrates me that I forget that. But check out Rupert Sheldrake's YouTube channel. Very
He's good. Yeah, he's pretty good. He opens your mind. That's the thing. I think we're at that precipice of finding that there's a multidimensionality.
yeah.
All right. I mean, I've been dreaming for several years, and I'm lucid dreaming now. And when you do something, you get better at it. All right. And we spend half of our life, we're only living half of a life, really. I mean, if you don't understand what goes on when you're asleep, then, and I think it's kind of designed that way until Earth kind of gets to a higher level where it's moving into the Milky Way galaxy, it's passing the meridian into the more higher vibration where multidimensionality is actually can occur.
Yeah,
And
like
so go ahead. Well, do they the instrument, the human instrument, the vehicle is being poisoned and bombarded psychologically, physiologically, every kind of ology you can think of.
Every assault you could have put on it has been put on it every day.
And until we recognize the direction that we're divinely guided by God to attain, and call God whatever you want, divine source, first source, I mean, whatever, you know.
Yep.
Cheers,
But,
buddy.
With you, man.
Hi.
That's part of why we're all here, isn't it?
hey, bud. Hey, bud.
Hi. Hi, Vingus. Hi, everyone. Hi,
Cheers.
Smiley.
What's up, buddy?
I'm on the wrong screen here. There it is. There it is. There he is. Lighting one up. What's up, bud?
Just chilling. Yeah.
Chilling.
Now we're getting to that point too, where it's religions aren't, I mean, they're designed, I think, to wake us up to the fact that that's the direction we need to go.
I think a lot of the religions were hijacked by people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think well, how can you claim to be, divine? I mean, teaching divine principles, and you push a plate in somebody's face and say, "Give me money." I mean, or you feel guilty if you don't. I mean, that dude. Okay, stop right there.
Yeah.
All right, I can. Can we do this virtually? Because I just lost this pearly gate feeling that you were giving me when you shoved this thing in my
Well,
face.
you say it's time, but like what I think prevents the humanity for thousands of years, we spend most of our energy on money. Like that is like our main, like whether you have it or not.
It's the
right?
main
Like,
separator. Yes, it's the main
yeah,
separator.
money, and like
Yeah.
when you start talking soul and religion, spiritual, and all that. Yeah, well,
Yeah, it has
money
nothing to do with money.
you gotta get the money out of it. Which okay, it's easy to say, but like, yeah, the world runs on money, and
Well,
like,
no, it's not running too good though now, bud. It's not running
right.
too
We
good.
don't sleep half the time. We sleep like a third of the time, and probably the average person spends another third or more of their time over money, right? Like making the money, spending money, your mind occupied with the pressure of making more money.
Yep.
But I think if we boil that all down to its core, though, what is that really about? We're divided and competing against each other instead of working.
Separation. It's about
And in
separation.
this
And
last
each
couple years, like
prison.
I personally started to have this weird thoughts like, okay, money at one point was pretty real. Like it was gold, and then backed by gold, or it was backed by something. But we live in this computer age where really at this point money is just computer code, right? X's and O's, and boils down to decimal points in a computer, right? I mean, even the Bitcoin idea is like, well, okay, now there's this money. What is it? What's it? Oh, we created it. Like, how real is money at this point, right? I mean, even all these countries, including our own, run at this massive, like, beyond comprehensible deficit because, oh, fuck, money isn't even real, right? It's not like who's accountable for it. It's just a bunch of numbers and a computer at this point.
And hey, what's all of that? All of that at the end of it do? What's it do? It puts pressure on us because we got to go make that money to pay that bill, right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all a crock of crap to keep us running.
So can we agree
Yeah.
that the social program that we're running in is designed to separate us?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Separate and keep us in
In a
competition.
lot of different ways. First and foremost, by money. Yeah.
Money's a tool. That's all it is. It's just another tool. It's like
So, and I guess really it's obvious that if we all collectively came together as one, there'd be no separation. There'd be a better connection with God, with the spiritual. And I'm not sure where the parasitic element of separation would fit in.
Of course, we got to get there first.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like I know, like being as you're older than me, I assume a little, but like I am 60, and now when I was younger, I used to really believe we were going to change. Like I would see, like, oh yeah, things definitely changed. It's not like things didn't change, but like
Not the direction you hoped, right?
yeah, and like at a certain point in my life, I'm like, yeah, well, I hope it all changes for like I don't think I'll see it in my lifetime. Like,
Next,
oh, a lot of things happen really fast, and then other things seem to not happen or are happening, but like at a snail's pace. Because oh, there, like you say, oh yeah, there seems to be some awakening or some like new direction coming on because this one we seem to have played it out pretty good.
Well, I again, energy, everything is, I mean, Tesla, if we studied Tesla, everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. The earth, let's, with our mother, all right, has moved into a new house, basically.
Well,
And
yeah, and
it's upscale.
I'm not
It's
smart
upstream.
enough to have any concepts of it, but yeah, like we use energy. Oh, oil, and okay, now we're maybe after solar or wind, but wait, if there's more dimensions, there's probably like there's like probably this energy that is endless
Yep.
and has no negative. Right, it's just, but we're
No way to
not.
there's no way to monetize it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. There's no way to monetize it. Even they're afraid of solar and some of those energies ultimately because of that. Like, like at
The
this point, you
separatists.
could be probably building new houses that were probably almost self-sufficient, right? But
All right,
do they
but
want to do that? No.
with the where does this all how does it get changed? Usually education, right? So it takes generations. And the fact that a lot of people now are not putting their children into the indoctrination camps, or I mean public schools, perhaps we can get a generation that'll come through that actually has learned what connectivity and unity
Well, even when
is.
it comes to cannabis, I was thinking a few weeks ago, like, okay, obviously there's a shift in cannabis, right? Medical cannabis, rec cannabis. But like, how many decades will you think it will take before like the actual school books that whatever age grade that they start the propaganda inoculation of like the cannabis take to change,
It
right? Like they're
usually
not
takes
going to
about
change that.
it usually takes about 3 generations to make a major
Yeah, three
social
generations,
social programming change.
right?
Because we're
So
talking about
even
the
though
social program.
kids are growing up around a whole new world of what cannabis is, they're going to school at whatever grade, probably elementary school, and already being taught this propaganda bullshit that had been put in these books for the last 100 years. And it will take 3 generations for them to finally like write a new or
It's
write the truth. Like even that, they're not interested in writing the truth. They're even how this cannabis thing is developing isn't based on the truth. It's just based on tax dollars.
Isn't truth objective or subjective? It's like,
Well,
well,
I mean, basically, I think they should have to go back, or humans should look and go, yeah, well, hey, we had it wrong. We had it wrong. It isn't all the things that we said it was. It isn't some dangerous drug. It doesn't kill people. It's actually a fairly good thing, right? Um, no, they're never going to admit that. They'll never admit they were wrong.
They use that generational thing for that too, though, so they don't have to backtrack. So they can just let it all be forgotten and move on to
oh,
the next.
okay. Let's imagine for just a second, all right, that I'm the son of a very controlling person on earth who makes a lot of the functionalities and calls a lot of the shots, and he has no time for me, and I don't feel loved, and perhaps I don't want to be like my dad. And perhaps when I get my position in power, that I will recognize unity and change things at a higher level You see, it happens through these generational mechanisms, all right, systems, all right, within the program that we're within. We get to change the program. It's almost like a computer. I mean, you have a hardwired program, you got a software. What we're talking about is rearranging the applications in the software. That's not hard to do. I mean, when you bring it down to a computer level, it takes some of your time, doesn't it? Who the fuck wants to open their computer and do that? Right? It takes time. In a generational sense, that's about 100 years, 90 years. Right? That's all right. So if you subscribe to the reincarnating grinding of your soul, at some point you're going to say, fuck that. Let's go interdimensional. And then what? It's everlasting love, forever, eternity,
I'm gonna grab a
immortality.
couple nugs real quick first before I go. I'd like to say cheers and welcome to SoCal and Canada Trooper up back.
Sorry,
Just
I'm
2 seconds. No. I didn't mean to cut you off, Angus. That's how the rules of the show, Angus. It's free reign. Roll.
I should have recognized it coming. I got caught up, but
yeah. And before I forget, I'm going to interrupt and say, last night it was great to see Talking Shit with Eagle, like the normal interview show. It's been a while, I think, since we've done such a. I enjoyed it a lot and missed that part of the Eagle content.
I know, tomorrow night I think I saw it too.
Oh, good.
Cool.
You know, I only caught about the first 5 minutes of the one last night, and I fell asleep.
I watched it. It was good, and it was a great interview.
You got to keep pressing that button, but Can Trooper, what's up? Man?
No, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Not a whole lot. How you been?
What up, Dan?
Good.
What's up, man? How you been, Smiling?
Good. Doing good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Oh yeah. What you been up to?
I actually changed jobs, so I've been just nestling into the new gig for the last month and a half.
All right.
Nice.
Change jobs or careers?
Jobs. I changed companies basically. I'm still an engineer, but instead of doing environmental engineering, I'm doing building engineering now.
Oh, all right. Oh,
nice.
it's good.
Yeah.
Move for you, man.
Yeah, it has been very financially beneficial and mentally beneficial as well. So
Awesome.
That's the most important part, is the mentally beneficial.
Yep.
yeah,
I don't care what you do for a living. If you're not happy where you're at, get the hell out and go somewhere that's going to be better, you know?
Wait, you're worried about the mental? Come hang out with us crazy fucks? Like
That's a different kind of mental.
yeah, exactly. Different mental.
Yeah. No, well, like that company I was with, it was getting to the point where I would bring my anger and frustration and stress over the company home. And if that's happening, and I don't care what it is you do for a living, I don't care if you're a fucking cashier at a gas station,
Yep.
or a goddamn NASA fucking engineer, doesn't matter. If you're bringing your work home in a bad way, you need to get the hell out of that work.
Or if it's your company.
Well, it's
Quit.
very tough to separate the two, but it is very necessary. You can't if you're at work, you can't be worried about taking the family to the beach, and then when you're at the beach, you can't be worried about work. You got to enjoy the beach when you're at the beach, and you got to enjoy work when you're at work. You know what I mean? You can't
Somebody gave me this.
energy on the two.
Somebody.
Counterproductive. Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
That was it. I was just saying it's counterproductive in the moment if you're worried about the other.
I was going to say, somebody gave me this analogy. I thought this was a really good one. When you come home from work, take that work coat off and hang it on a tree in the yard in your mind, right? Leave all that shit at work. Deal with it when you go back to work. And I
Exactly.
still agree with SoCal. You still got to be in something that's not just making you absolutely stressed out and insane because you're just miserable.
Yep. Well, and it goes the same way too when you're working with, and a lot of us that have worked the construction industry and, you know, automotive and things like those know that there's a lot of times where, you know, your friends will work at the same company, but you got to be able to leave the friendship at the sidewalk at 8 o'clock in the morning and, you know, not worry about that until 5.
I will say that a really big plus of my new job is that my best friend does work there. So like we work in the same department and stuff. It's actually it's Pepper. So me and Pepper work together now. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I work with one of my best friends from growing up too, and it's great. You know,
Pepper School, dude. I like that.
They like put you guys on the same job together and shit.
So he got
or do you like see him in the morning and head out on your way and he goes
no, like okay, so like we work in a giant like commercial greenhouse for like advanced research and development for like big ag. And he pretty much like runs the water room and like all the irrigation stuff for the entire facility. I'm the engineer that's like in charge of the insectary. So that's like a whole new like lab area that they're doing and stuff now. So it's a bunch of really cool projects and stuff that we're gonna be able to get into. But me and him, we go clown around and go work together all the time. So
Sounds like you're working on some really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
it is a lot of fun. It's just it's also just like it's funny because I'm reminded like how far behind scientists are within cultivation science and stuff like that. Like they're great at getting their data, but what's the quality of the like plants that they're like working with that they grab that data from, you know? And it hasn't been like fully up to par and stuff, but that's one of the reasons why they hired like a bunch of new people is they're trying to change that.
That's across the entire production commercial farming industry. Just lack of knowledge, unfortunately.
It is. It
Hire a
absolutely
stoner.
is.
Hire a stoner.
Yeah.
More often than not, the cannabis cultivators have a lot more hands-on experience than a lot of these college people coming out.
I mean, doesn't it boil down to one? Cannabis people love their plants. They love cannabis. It's the love that makes the difference. And when even farmers at scale can still have that passion and put in love and create good food, but then a lot of them, it's no, it's not about that at all. And scientists, yeah, love's not part of their data set, right? So
Bingus
yeah,
is valid once again.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the previous conversation change and all that, yeah, I can relate. I'm going through like a major shift in my life in the last year. Like one, Eagle's been, I guess I'd say, an inspiration because it really all starts. Well, the landlord situation is a little different, but the landlord not paying the mortgage and being in foreclosure and a year of the uncertainty of that kind of starts the one chapter closing and a new one opening. But yeah, like, well, this is probably my last week here, but I've already moved where I basically I'm a ranch hand on a horse ranch where they have show horses, but there's 50 other animals like even my new project is it's only been on the property 10 days now. It's 16 months old. It's a Arabian horse crossed into a zebra. and I'm learning how to tame it. Or that's a long process. It might take like a year, because the one thing, even working with that animal over the last week, you can, the zebra part beyond the little stripes on his butt and chest is a wild animal, not a domesticated horse that like takes to like the normal horse strategies as far as breaking them and taming them.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
But like what I today, when I was there dealing with my stuff, I realized, yeah, I've been indoor cannabis grower. Well, I still have a piece of my other thing, which I don't have to run, right? I I work. We all put our fair share of work in. That's why it's a partnership. But I'm not the guy that deals with the financial part. None of that on that. But for 34 years, I've had like a pretty substantial growth, and everything that comes along with it, the pressure, the money, the this, that, the other, and went through decades of decline in value and all of that, right? Which helped like in the way. But back to my point is, Eagle went through that with his house. The landlord got fucked up, boom, sent him on a path. And the way he dealt with it was like, yeah, because like, I'm in a slower process of it. But basically around the same time that happened to him is when I got the first notice that, the house is going into foreclosure, even though that's got a long time ago. He's moved on to a second place since then. I'm in the middle of like wrapping around trying to move and pack and deal with, this place is like only been here 10 years, but fuck stuff, man. I can't stand stuff, man. Get attached to stuff. I'm trying to detach from stuff.
That sucks, buddy. You got to move from your place?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we still could win it in the foreclosure auction and all that, which that's kind of been part of the thing that's been going on. My friend that knows how this goes, there's already been three. It was scheduled for auction, then it got postponed, and then it got postponed, and it got postponed. The last postponement, which was the third, was supposed to be November 17th. Now, somehow, they got another postponement to January 20th something. And the beginning of this, I know, Billy String's birthday in LA. I went to this concert, had the best time of my life. When I got home, the mortgage company for the landlord had left like this official notice, basically, because I'm considered a long-term tenant over 10 years. So I have certain rights, whatever. But the bottom line is, the landlord, who was my friend at one point, 10 years, started out with the 5-year lease and then 2-year lease, 2 years, even almost like a year and a half ago, maybe, or a little longer. One time when I was paying her rent, we were just talking, and somehow I just remember this phrase: all options are on the table, right? And that turned into being like, she's got her excuses, right? I don't want to take up all the time here, but it all starts with COVID, where, hey, I pay the rent, right? But she entered this program the government had that gave them like a 6-month moratorium, or they didn't have to pay their mortgage because of COVID, right? Even though I was paying, right? Well, it turns out that when they ended that after 6 months, and then you apply to have, I'm not good at all these financial terms, your mortgage by a government-backed program calculated, it was really only meant for people to keep families in their house. It wasn't meant for somebody that owns a property that's basically doesn't live in it. That makes them an investor. So she couldn't qualify for that, right? That's her story, right? And that all of a sudden they had a 6-month balloon payment that she needed to come up with. That was pretty much sort of the last part of me and her communicating, because like I say, I can't believe anything she says anyway.
That's complete BS. If she,
Yeah.
that's
Right. And the bottom line is the mortgage company hasn't been paid a mortgage in so
you don't think
long.
you don't think they've told
Right.
her that?
Oh no. Like, yeah, all that.
It's just like,
And
so yeah.
hey, I saw a story a few months ago that like close to 2009, right? Well, look, my other property, this one isn't a lease option to buy, but my last one for 17 years was. That ended so many years ago. And the reality of that one is they were so upside down from 2009 type shit that when it came down to it, they owed more than the place was worth. And it was like upside down. And there was like, that went to a foreclosure auction. And from what I know, somebody bought it low, put some money in it, and then came up. Like that's the deal. Even this one, oh yeah, if we could get a bid in, I have a friend that inherited some money. So, because one thing about those foreclosure auctions, you don't go there with a mortgage. You got to go there and be able to break off the money now, then,
Yep.
in full. And a lot of the people that operate in that business are basically construction speculators, guys that pick up places relatively low, do the work to bring it up, and and flip them. And so, because one of the things of being a long-term tenant, I have last bid. So whatever the bid is, I can have last bid. So
Know anybody
we'll
with
see.
deep pockets?
Yeah, like there's some play because there's value in it. Okay, it's a no-brainer there. Part of it is, she's got equity still. The amount that the foreclosure amount, like as is, and is you could get the land alone is worth that much, So, but all that aside, a year, because Billy's birthday was October 4th or 5th or something like that. So it's over a year. Now it's already November something. The uncertainty of all that, right? Because, one thing about being a long-term renter and a grower, having a 5-year lease, having the long-term, you can't have what's going to happen, because things you're doing are, you know what I mean? Like you can't be in full production in the middle of a foreclosure auction and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to start clones and be vegging those and prepping to flower.
Yeah, all the uncertainty. And so for most of this last year, I just powered through it. But I guess in the end, I threw in the towel because I had this other opportunity, even though it's like, well, it's a whole different life. It's based, beyond that, there's cows and bulls and fucking every kind of duck and chicken and macaws and Amazon parrots and cockatiel, like every kind of animal. And basically, my job or my life will be taking care of the rat, taking care of all this shit every day. And I'm like, yeah, that seems like much more exciting after like 34 years of growing. Now I still growing like shit. The other night I had to work from 6 in the evening to 4:30, like at jobs that normally we would hire out. Like we harvested and then cleaned the whole room, scrubbed everything, reset it, we did, yeah, we in today's thing, numbers. Oh, like that's in the end, it's the profits are well, they're still there, but if you spend a lot of money on labor, that's just money that you don't have.
Yeah, you're
Like
draining.
that's the yeah. Like a lot of those were like, oh, and some of those people were our friends, and they lived their way, and that was their extra little money. But um, yeah, it's not that hard to do that stuff. Even though that was Saturday night, Sunday I was sore and tired, and like I bent over too much, and but whatever. We did have to pay somebody $200-300 to help us.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump out. It's good to
Because
see
that's the
you.
other thing.
I'm going to jump to.
In
Thanks.
California,
Smiley. Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Smiley, have a good night, man.
Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta get
I'm ready to
going.
jump on the trail as well. So thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Cheers,
no, I
guys.
gotta get going. I gotta wake up at
Cheers.
3:40. So see you guys. Peace.
Cheers,
Damn.
Weed Nerd World. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Later, guys.
Yeah, man.
Later.
I'll be waking up at that same time. 3:30 in the morning is coming early lately.
Yeah, it does come early. Boy, that cleaned out fast.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking, whoa. But I was gonna finish my thought. In the last 6 months, they changed the law here in California. So fast food workers make 20 an hour, right?
Yeah, let's not even go there because that pisses me the fuck off right now.
So
Yeah.
like in essence, and it's fair to pay people like, but like at this point, what is like fair to pay somebody, right? Like, oh, at least 25-30 bucks an hour to do basically sort of manual work. Well, yeah, I'll just do that work myself. That's what it gets down to.
Yeah, the kid making my Big Mac at McDonald's can't get the order right does not deserve more than the kid that's going into an apprenticeship or something at a company, doing electrical or carpentry or any of that.
Yeah, that's some messed up stuff with all that. And yeah, definitely. That one seems to have made no sense.
Yeah, it pisses me off too.
Well,
it's the same shit, man. You want me to walk a wall and set trusses,
I forget what
feet on the ground,
what
flipping burgers.
publication, but a few months ago there was like a thing that came out that said that the average, that means bud tender, trimmer, higher paid people, cannabis job in California wages 1477 or 1477 an hour. That's what this
15 here in Michigan right now.
And then fast food workers and other jobs are closer to 20 basically. And so something's wrong with that picture, that even a menial job like fast food one or being a defoliation team or trim team gets paid less. Then no, that's something wrong.
The best fun, what's sad is because I've turned down a couple of jobs in the cannabis industry last year, and yeah, it's a joke what they actually want to pay, anybody to go in there and grow. The best paying job I found in the cannabis industry as far as being involved at a grow, shit you not, was not in fact a grower or anywhere in the trimming field, none of that shit. A grower, a head grower, maintenance technician paid 100 to 160 G's.
Yeah, and being a good one of those
was $15 an hour.
Probably has job security, because a lot of the other thing is even the people they pay more to, they're the bottom line of a corporation is every year there's people in suits that are looking at the budget of each department and figuring out how to cut to make more money the next year, whether it's use less nutrients or whatever, use less labor. Yeah. And that's just the nature of it. And the only thing, it sounds crazy. I've never really had a job, but this seems like a good time that there should be a union, because the only type of jobs that really are protected are long term, where people get paid and they have fair compensation and benefits, is when they're protected with unions, right?
Seem to anyway, but unfortunately they pay for that. I mean, that union thing's I've always been on.
Yeah, like I'm not one to speak on all that because I've always just worked for myself. But
I agree.
like
Yeah.
I know my brother, he's in the movie thing, so he's finally back to work. He's a chef, but that makes him a teamster in the on the movie sets. And yeah, they were out for all this time, but oh, I know when he's working, oh, his wage and the overtime and the way it goes down, you can't complain about that. And now they, like, most of the time they get more, even when they, I guess the auto workers were did some strike, and I was hearing, well, that there's some of theirs are low. That was part of the thing is, oh yeah, there's certain people that make whatever an hour, but the the part of that issue was that they have a way that they hire people for less than that.
Got goodies there, so yeah. Feel like you're trying to show us.
What's that?
Got goodies there. Feel like you're trying to show us.
Oh no, I'm packing up to leave in the morning, and I'm just using the light from my phone so I can see.
Right.
I wasn't trying to spotlight myself.
Dude,
How
you got
cold has
goodies.
it been in the morning? Pretty chilly lately?
So I've been up on the top of Laguna this whole season, and yesterday morning with the wind chill, it was 19 degrees. So yeah, it's fucking cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not ready for it. My body's not.
I'm ready for summer already.
Yeah,
But it warms, but even up there it gets pretty, I mean, it's been pretty nice in the area. It's like as far as daytime temps, right?
all
No,
you
the high yesterday was 37.
Oh, you're well, no. Yeah, Mount Laguna is way, yeah, you're way up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's only from my house to my hunting spot's only 20 minutes up the road. But yeah, it's we're up here at some elevation where it's they're saying that you guys might want to sit down for this. It's gonna snow in fucking San Diego County on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it snowed here. There's snow on the ground right now. Not much. Shit. Halloween here in Michigan and like the west side of the state there. We got like 4 to 6 inches disappeared. But in the last weekend, we've got some snow. Hopefully it's gonna go away for a minute. Yeah, I'm not. If there's an age to where you like fuck that cold weather, I've hit it.
Yeah.
I've had enough. I'm ready to like migrate like a fucking bird and shit.
I'll tell you what, it's usually I'm all good with the cold. You know, I don't have a problem with it. But this year, there's fucking something about that cold weather. I just don't like it anymore.
Not ready, but yeah, looking forward to spring. I think, yeah, I'm actually half there, to be honest. Yeah, my mind's already in 24. This year's fucking went by so goddamn fast.
This is a yeah. This has been a fucking crazy year.
I had a fun day today. I definitely had a pretty fun day today. The dentist remember the dentist fucked up my shit. Actually, you know how I actually got the job to break free? I took the old lady's advice and pried that fucker open.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it worked.
So
But I got to tell that to the dentist today as he worked on my teeth.
Hate the dentist. I gotta go. I gotta go to the dentist. I knocked a tooth out a couple weeks ago with my freaking bow.
Oh, how? Just swinging it? Put it on?
No, I was out here in the driveway practicing, shooting some arrows, and my release wasn't all the way latched onto the string. So I got about halfway through my freaking string pull, and that release let go, and I fucking punched myself in the mouth so hard I landed on my ass, knocked out my tooth.
Did you laugh at yourself?
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. I kind of wish I would have had the GoPro on, but
it does hurt and it hurts our egos, but you gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta take time out. After the son of a bitch and the motherfucker, you know what I mean? To take a step back and go, I hope nobody's seen that, and then go, that was probably pretty fun. You know what I mean?
Well, I only had experience once with a friend that had a bow like that, and I just remember that thing like being pretty gnarly. Like, yeah, like he kind of, I just shot it really, but he did. Yeah, the bows are gnarly.
yeah, it's a whole different animal. I'll tell you that.
Need to come to fucking Michigan.
So I got a great Thanksgiving Day fuck up story for you guys.
Do share.
All right, so as everybody knows, and as I'm preparing right now, I've been hunting deer this year harder than any other year I ever have. I mean, I'm getting so anal about it that my camo came straight out of the dryer, got sprayed down with scent killer, and went into a freaking Ziploc bag. But I've been doing my work. Well, Thanksgiving morning, I went out, and I had the gut feeling that that was my day. So I'm out there in my spot, and I'm sitting there, and I look over to my right, and 6 feet away from me is a fucking deer. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to shoot it. And it turns its head, and it's a little tiny little buck, not legal. And I look over to my left to see what this deer's looking at, and there's fucking 2 nice fucking deer standing there. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm done. I'm going to shoot this deer, Look at it. I'm get my bow up, freaking draw back on him. I'm sitting there at full draw, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, he's at about 35, 40 yards. I'm going to aim for that. Shot that arrow right over the top of his fucking back. So I go get my arrow. There's fucking deer hair on it. When I was able to finally reach for my rangefinder, figured out I was at 27 yards. I shot right over the top of the goddamn thing. Season ended yesterday.
All right. Sorry, brother.
I'll tell you what, it's like probably the funniest shit ever, though, because everybody that knows that I've been fucking putting in field work and going through boots just to kill a deer, and I got the golden opportunity and I shit the bed.
Now, yeah, because like it's not like you see them that often, right? So that was it. Just in itself, having one, two right within range was pretty
Yeah,
gnarly. And
yeah, we don't have them out here like you guys have them in Michigan. We can't run them over with the car.
I could probably open the window. There's probably one looking back at me.
Right. So I saw a thing the other day, an article talking about Michigan's DNR and the reporting on their deer season, and it said that so far they've had 191,000 people shoot deer this year. Here's a little comparison for you. San Diego County has had 13.
That's crazy,
right?
Well, more another reason, at least. So can I'm not. Can you come to Michigan and pull like a temporary permit?
Oh yeah, you can get out of state permits. I was actually just looking at that before the show. It's about $300 for just the fucking out of state license.
It's gotta be cheaper than how many times you go out the season.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's 3 days worth of gas here.
Yeah, I should come to Michigan.
Yeah, I'm trying to come out there May 5th. Actually, if I do, I'll be.
Go to Mile. See, go to Mile, May the 5th.
Well, it's they do that big thing right there in Grayling, the Fred Bear Day, and I want to go out for that.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Somehow when you started that story, I thought that what was going to happen was somehow you found like a wild turkey, and you took down the turkey and had Thanksgiving dinner. But that's not how the story went. But that was
I'm tagged out on turkeys. I can't shoot any more of them this year already.
So what are you packing the truck up for now? Are you going hunting? Yeah, you just packed up fucking scent-proof clothes and shit. What are you going after now?
Well, deer. Here's the weird thing. Our season out here is really strange. Rifle season's over, so I can't hunt on my archery only tag. But I bought another like specialty tag, so I can hunt that until New Year's.
So is that like crossbow?
No, it's still archery. Still archery, but it's a different tag than the one you can just buy over the counter, and
Have you ever tried crossbow? Do you own crossbow?
No, you're not allowed to out here. You have to have basically you have to be permanently disabled, and to get the license for the crossbow, you got to go through the state's doctor. And what they'll do is if they find that you're not actually permanently disabled, or they think that you can get by, they'll kill your disability as well. So I mean, I could probably get it for my shoulder, just saying I can't pull the bow or shoot the rifle, and they'll I'll go through the hoops to get it, but I don't think it's worth it.
I thought there was actually a actual crossbow season here.
There probably is there.
Now,
Yeah,
why is that?
There.
Why do they have a thing against crossbow? Like it's because it's too accurate, or
it's too accurate. Yeah, well, yeah, those things are deadly accurate, but it's like shooting an arrow out of a rifle, basically.
Okay.
So they consider it cheating. It's not quite archery, and it's not quite a rifle, so
now
it's in that like gray area.
That when it comes to people getting hunting license, most of them are gun hunting. Very few people are into bows, right? But I mean, it's a thing, but it's a much smaller group, right? Like you don't see
Yeah, it's a
that
much
many
smaller
other
group. But
yeah.
here's the thing: you were talking about finances and not understanding, how to like run a business financially and all that kind of stuff earlier, right? I've been doing some research because I've come up with a couple of ideas lately while I was out hunting. Like things to make the day easier. And I looked into it, and the hunting industry in the United States is a multi-billion-dollar a year business. So there's a lot of money to be made off of that small group of people.
Well, it's not that small group, really. Maybe in this part of California, but nationwide, honey, yeah, that's been $1 billion industry humming along
Yeah.
steady.
At one point, I had a couple of crossbows. I still own a few, but I had like little hand jobber with 7-inch darts, and I had I've still got a nice shit. They sell them at Walmart. You can pick up a nice one at Walmart. Like, yeah,
Yeah, so you guys have Walmarts and like Sportsman's Warehouse and all those places that actually sell, you know, things. We have ours out here, crap. You go into the sporting goods department and it's, a couple of fishing rods and, maybe like some golf balls. You go somewhere else and it's like their sporting goods department at a Walmart. It's like a sporting goods store out here. It's trippy.
there needs to be more grocery stores. That's what I think. Why you doing? It sucks that I was thinking that the other day that recreational has killed the grocery store. It's making it hard for the average grower to get the supply. Not
Yeah.
change subject.
Yeah, exactly.
As I, get my feet back, dipping my feet back into growing again. I'm thinking that this,
Oh, did you get the go ahead for a setup?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice. I missed that. Oh yeah,
Oh,
congratulations.
yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep,
Oh
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I've actually had there's reasons why I have got well, I've waited this long, yeah, and I finally have got that all taken care of. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
so but
That's
at
awesome.
least
Yeah.
got a little, they with the where I'm at, the space is limited. So at least got a little tank going now. I'm already like right here plus this. Yeah, I've already got a few seeds going. I got a couple autos going. Got 4 from Door Star, Smiley for a couple of cuts, and I dropped whoever sent me the Eagle Knievel and a bunch of seeds, but the Eagle Knievel is Face Off OG by Screaming Eagle. I was like, if I like all the seeds I've got, I'm like, that was one of the first ones I grabbed off the top, and yeah, right. This one just sounds
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I gotta drop this one.
yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what,
excellent.
I got a couple of those purgatory already started out in the greenhouse.
Nice. I seen
I'll
your
tell you what,
coupe today too, or yesterday when I was looking through my seeds, and at least a couple of
oh yeah.
those need to get dropped. Need to, at least see what they are and how close to that coupe is.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see how those end up because I'm not even sure how those seeds actually came about. Just doesn't make sense why that plant gave me, a handful of seeds.
Back to the nature thing. Sometimes nature, weird, really does. It could have been a shade spot, that fucking, that area that just through the slightest of fucking banana and fucking just created a few in the lower area. I don't know, but
Yeah. Oh, and that's exactly what it did. It created a couple on the very lowest branch.
that
So
happens a
yeah,
lot
hopefully,
in tents, and people discount or say there's something wrong with the strain when it's realistically shade spots. The light's just not penetrating that deep into a thick canopy and creating
yeah.
a weak spot.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that makes perfect sense because of where those seeds were on that plant was in the one spot that didn't get as much light as the rest.
Oh, but I've seen them, so they've moved up a couple of pegs too. But I said I was kind of cheating with the smiley clones, but it's more for like an honor to like know that dude that's what I mean. But I'm hoping to get a couple of his good cuts, and because I got a lot of respect for Smiley.
Yeah. Well,
Sucks that in these kind of couple moments where I have dropped seeds lately, and it hasn't been. I really, I feel like I owe Smiley for helping me keep this endeavor going.
but see, here's the thing. You said it was cheating that you were getting a couple of cuts from Smiley, and that's not really the case. That's an honor to be able to get a couple of cuts of Smiley.
I agree. I agree. I'm seeing, and at this point, it's more or less. I'm very curious to see what he cuts for me. You know what I mean? So I didn't
Yeah.
ask necessarily, but I know there's a lot of mutual respect with me and Smiley, and I believe what he cuts for me. I believe, you know what I mean? There's going to be some intention there. You know what I mean? So I'm
Oh,
interested to see what he cuts.
he's gonna send you the best of the best. You know it.
I agree.
He
Cheers, Smiley.
he sent me out. He sent me out a care package a while back, just random out of the blue. It showed up in my mailbox. Didn't even know it was coming, and that shit was phenomenal.
I'm
He
asking.
definitely.
Sorry, brother. I didn't mean.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was Sharate in chat saying why is that cheating? Smiley is awesome, dude. It's only cheating because I'm skipping, the whole beginning process. I've popped so many seeds in my lifetime, and I have taken in clones. I bought in clones, but I've never had the same relationship with a clone as I have had. And this is way before like I come into like the hippy dippy shit. And I say that with a smile and very good intentions, like the organics and stuff like that. That gave me a whole different mindset, on life, organics, shit like that. But even before that, you know what I mean? Straight up fucking salts, artificial nutrients. Anytime I pop the seed, there's just something about going through, doing the fucking selection. You know what I mean? Picking that one, maybe two, because you ain't gonna keep them all, and then having a relationship with
Yep.
that one. A lot of times after you've done that, you can almost go. Tags are like it's weird. You can almost pick them out, just like kids. And but them clones, I've never been able to have that same type of relationship. You know what I mean? It's weird. I've got a love I appreciate them with, but that bond that I've created with dropping that seed's way, 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 way different. So that's the only reason I say it's cheating because I've skipped that process into bringing something into the garden. And weirdly enough to that like kind of mindset, I recently, Little Deb, cheers, you know who you are, this lady I've met through my work processes, gave me some volunteer plants. And when I say they're just like house plants, so there's one's a fern, the other one was a spider plant, but just the sweetest lady I have met. And she's like, here, take this. You like plants? Yes. And oddly enough, I needed that. And just, I need that green, that, walking over, picking it up. Need water. Ah, I need that. I need that. So I took them. And it is, definitely, bright eyed, bushy tailed me a little bit, but there's definitely the relationship we built with clones. I love clones, but that's the only reason. There's just skipping. That's why I'm saying it's just I skipped that process. I call it weird. Oh, okay, damn it, I really sidetracked it. I'm gonna blame it on the weed on this one. So when I took in the plants from Little Deb, I'm getting back to like the hippy dippy and like the relationship we build with our plants, all that. So did you know? And I had to, you know, let's give proper credit where credit is due. Miss Angel looked it up for me. She's pretty good at like looking things up. And so I came home one day and with the one plant, and she says, "Don't thank me. Don't thank me. Bad luck. Bad luck to say thank you." And I was like, "Huh?" So we came home. I came home with plant, and we talked about it. We looked it up, and it's actually bad luck to say thank you to somebody that gives you a plant from a because saying thank you is like it will kill the mother plant. Like there's a tradition to that. So you never say thank you for the plant. You more or less like I'm grateful for the opportunity to take care of this plant is kind of the proper way to say that when somebody gives you a plant. So there I really believe, you know, in my hearts of hearts, there is a relationship with you and your plants. So yes, taking in a clone in the beginning of the garden phases when I should be kind of like throwing some seeds and like building some sustainable roots. Uh yeah, that's a cheers. That's factor. I see chat. What the fuck? But yeah, it's true. So I don't know. That's my mindset saying there's a little bit of cheat in the process of taking in a clone in the beginning.
I like that I learned something about that. What'd you say when someone gives you a plant you don't like?
You shouldn't
Thank,
thank them. Yeah, do not
yeah,
say thank you. You're grateful for and the opportunity to take care of that
all kinds of plants. Yeah, I'm into
yeah.
all kinds of plants. I don't know all the names. I should. My wife used to be really into knowing all the different. I know some of them, but yeah, plants are cool.
Well, it's like they say though, growing cannabis leads to a lifestyle of horticulture.
It's true though.
You start growing a couple of plants, and the next thing you know, you're like, well, shit, I'm going to try to grow, peppers or tomatoes, or the next thing you know, you got half of your yard taken up with garden because
I
it's
think it's
passionate, it's relaxing, it's an escape for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, it was one of my first chores. My dad had a patio with so many plants hung everywhere, and I used to make like a chore, 50 cents or whatever it was, to water 'em. And even as a kid, I used to like get this certain like peace. Like I love other chores I hated it, but watering I dug it. And to this day, yeah, like I it's like a mundane thing, you're just watering, but there's some kind of like zen in that.
Yep.
Um, yeah, gardening, water, taking care of plants. Yeah.
Well, it's like I said a couple days ago. There's a certain aspect of life that you cannot enjoy unless you're out enjoying it, in nature. And you think about it, when you're out in nature, you're around, trees and bushes and grasses and flowers and plants. And, I think there's something there that kind of, I don't know what it is, but it kind of like calms the soul.
Yeah, it grounds you. Now, a lot of people end up in their life where, yeah, they have detached from that. You know, it's really, between whatever living in a urban or, track house area and having a job wherever and having your life centered inside your neighborhood. Uh, yeah, a lot of people rarely have any touch with nature.
Yeah, but you think about it, like you go into say even like Walmart, right? And they got their little garden center off to the side where they sell, whatever little plants and whatever. But if you ever notice, like the people working in that section are the happiest people in the damn stores. I really do think there's some sort of correlation between, plant life and human life in not in the substance category, but in the like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like there's an emotional, spiritual type thing brought off by plants, which probably sounds pretty weird, but if you understand what I mean, then you get it. And I know the growers out there get it. As you go into your grow room or your garden or wherever, and as soon as you open that door, it's just like a wave of peace, calmness, freedom.
Yeah, I'm already feeling it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I get why you say taking in clones is, cheating. It's almost like you said, you don't have that emotional connection that you do from a seedling. There's like a bond.
It sure is.
Okay, but to take the other side, well, it's pretty much a guarantee that it's going to be, what it is and impressive. Obviously, chosen from Smiley, where we all know with seeds, not, yeah, it's kind of like a lottery, you know.
But that's part of being a grower is the
Yeah.
emotional roller coaster that goes with that seedling lottery.
So the one thing I fucking learned, and again, it's back to the hippy dippy, the real life. Let's be real, yeah. Real life shit. And this is kind of how I know the relationship with um recreational cannabis being mediocre versus a more fucking market where people take care one-on-one with the plants. There's definitely that relationship there, like a craft, or more of a craft market. You can tell the two because the love that goes into looking over each plant and shit like that has a lot to do with the end product. Okay. People talk shit about that. Okay. But here's how I personally know that. Okay. I'm gonna tell you all very honestly, you know, how I know this is because the last little bits of the garden, you know what I mean, that I had at the last house, to the eye, to the picture, great butt. You know what I mean? Look good, look to the camera good, smell good. But what's mediocre in quality? Same steps given. You know what I mean? Same steps given. Same fucking environment. You know what was different? Me and what was going on in my life. I wasn't able to shape the shit that was going on. And I was taking that weirdness, that fucked upness into my garden and going through the motions, but was bringing so much negativity, confusion, blah, blah, blah. Plants reacted completely different. Quality dropped. You know what I mean? Same, 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 same. Even looked the same. But the quality was different because my heart wasn't there. You know what I mean? I brought ill intentions into the room instead of that being my son place. You know what I mean? Leaving it at the door and shaking it off. I took that bad energy into the garden. And so I really believe that it is possible to grow good, heartless cannabis. You know what I mean? It is, it is, and this plant is not just a remediator of the soil, which we know it is. It's a remediator of our soul. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
as we go into that garden, even on our bad days, it is feeding off of us, sucking off that shit. It's trying to fucking filter it out as best as it can as we look over them plants. So it is not, you know what I mean? It's cleaning the soil and it's cleaning your soul the whole time you're in that garden. So if you're fucking taking bullshit in there and not leaving that at the door, you can grow the prettiest of plants, the heart, but it will be 100%, I believe, inferior in quality and kind of a heartless, but in the end, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like energy. Like you can't really, there's no way we're gonna like be able to scientifically explain it, but I 100% agree with it, your experience, because I've had that, know that. Even in my life, I've helped people that in my mind, like I categorize them as money grubbers. Hey, that was cool. They weren't like disguised it, but like, oh, they would grow really good weed. I, and hit all the right things. But like when they'd give me some and I'd smoke it, like right away it would be like money grubber weed. It didn't have any good energy. It wasn't like irie or like really good stone but it was good weed. It worked for what they were doing, right? And I saw that experience numerous times with certain people and other people that, yeah, they were so passionate about the weed and love about it all. And maybe their weed didn't always look or be the biggest yield, but was the best weed, because the energy was there. Whatever that energy is, I don't know what you know. how you
But see,
quantify it.
that's the that's where the difference in commercial and craft come in. Because like Eagle was saying, same stuff you've been growing just didn't come out the same way. But if you think about it, that's going to be the same with like the commercial. You know, they're not putting in the effort and the energy and they don't have that love walking into the grow room. It's a job. But you could take, their exact same thing they're growing, take that home, grow it with love and passion and that energy that, if you've never lost your grow, you don't understand what me and Eagle are talking about here, because we've both been through it. There's a part of your soul that goes into that freaking, all that effort into that grow.
I've jokingly said
Almost
that,
definitely.
when it comes to like dipping into, I mean, cannabis in general, fucking cannabis in general, as we like grow this plant, we keep like looking into places or ways to make our grow better and better. And then at some point, we go, okay, it leads you to organics, basically. You try everything, your fucking cocoa, you've tried, but okay, I'm gonna go organic. Now, once you've tried the organics a little bit, and again, I'm not like pushing organics. I'm not on there. It's the Hail Mary here, but once you get to that point, and it's greedily for the same purpose, I want, better this plant, better this plant, better this plant, and like you led to a minute ago, SoCal about it, wanting to grow vegetables. Now you go to the organic side of the shit, and you're like, well, yeah, I'm gonna fucking start a garden, I'm gonna fucking all that shit. And then you start realizing, in your process to make the plant better, yeah, I'm gonna make my health better. The shit I'm eating is shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy, evolution this plant gives you from, you know the
Yep.
relationship with yourself. And then what this funny caveat about that is, once you kind of wrap your mind into the soil again, the word play here, the soul, you fucking start realizing and putting together that little connection there of spirituality again, the symbiosis of nature and shit, you know what I mean? It's really crazy, you know where cannabis will take you in the evolution of wanting to cultivate it. And that's what I can't believe, why it's so illegal. You know what I mean? I can't, as you put them seeds in the ground and your mind wants to do better, 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 better. I want to grow better. I want to learn this better. I mean, then next, like I said, the parallels, I want to make myself better. You know what I mean? Most people I know that have put the effort into a garden is very much, at the end of it, made themselves a better person at the end of the day. I've never seen somebody who like, oh, it's, you know what I mean? It's usually, if that happens, there's parallels, there's something else going on.
Yep. The whole thing is funny because you start out thinking about one thing. I want to grow weed so I don't have to buy it anymore. That's pretty much where, most people start out. And the next thing you know, it's like, I want to buy some property so I can, grow some big plants outside. And then on the side of that, I want my veggie garden so I can save my money at the grocery store and eat better food. If the entire population's mentality was similar to that, we would not have to worry about, prices are going up on freaking, tomatoes are $4 now or whatever, we wouldn't have to worry about any of that shit. Everybody does. I don't care if you live in an apartment, do your little fucking garden on your patio and you're going to be better for it.
Well, I mean, there's stats. It's dropping off now that COVID's over, but COVID was this thing where even the seed companies had policies that they only existing companies could buy seeds for a couple of those years because the demand for like vegetable seeds and plants and another craze that somehow I follow a little bit uh, is like house plants. Like, yeah, there's been like a boom in it, and there's all these collector specimens beyond just people really going crazy with house plants. A lot of that got created over the conditions of COVID. People got into stuff, but yeah, that it took that to have people like planting some garden in their backyards.
Right.
And then now that it's over, a lot of the thing I saw, it's dropped off. Like it was just a reaction.
We've got to fucking transfer that need, that yearning, you know what I mean, for some type of interaction somewhere. And I think that's where a lot of people transferred it to. You know what I mean? Just taking care of a plant. You know, it does, you know. I've heard a lot of stories the last few years. And I can't tell you how many times powerful stories I've heard that, you know, just dropping that seed in their time of sickness, healing, thinking life shit, gave them that reason to just get the fuck out of bed and check that seedling. You know what I mean? Just gave that little seedling, just gave them enough that just fucking something needs me. Something needs me. I got to get up and check the plant. And it's true, man. Shit can fucking change your life. It really can. Some people need to find something. And when we were locked up, man, a lot of people, that I think a lot of people did find that shit. And, you know, horticulture. They knew that shit in the 70s. That's one of the things that blows my mind. There's actual government research that studies that said, you know, the vets we're bringing home can benefit from just houseplants, whatever. We ain't got to put them on as many heavy drugs. You know, this is, you know, but no, they chose pharmaceutical medicine and poisons in other ways that caused terrible side effects, suicides, so many vets. And and I mean, that's just one instance. I mean, think about, you know, general population and shit, other people that could have lives be saved in that process of, you know, and again, it doesn't have to be cannabis, just that, you know, they knew it. They fucking knew it, and they sat on it. They never fucking, to this day, they're still pushing the boy. It's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, there's something about it, you know.
At this point, I can't even imagine the manipulation and the level of it that they're doing, because it used to be, for the beginning of the computer age, the government was way behind. Like they were, like, took them a while at the beginning. You know, now they're like they're using the leading edge shit and it's not just them, the powers that be, like through like, most of you just think is advertising, but I think it's gone way past that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you think about it, okay, go back 100 years, and people were still dependent on friends and family and neighbors for things. You know, you would, you know, old George next door would freaking grow this crop and you would grow that crop, and the guy down the road would grow this crop, and you were all trade, and everybody had what they needed, and everything went to, well, we'll just have one spot where you can go and get everything, and don't worry about where it came from. And all of a sudden there became, less and less quality and quantity of stuff.
The lesson of we're not producing enough is, whole farce. I mean, we throw away so much because it isn't properly grown. Just doesn't have the shelf life. Because the way they grow it, it's just, it doesn't have the proper bacteria. Yeah, but it's all back to the soil bullshit. So we throw away a lot of food. We say there isn't enough, there isn't enough, but the shit that we produce doesn't make it.
I was in the fruit and vegetable business for 20 years. And like from the grocery store vantage point of it, it's what they call a loss leader, right? Meaning even the price they get for it, because if you notice, it's never like they're saying, oh, here, hurry, buy this stuff. It's almost gone bad. No, they always have pretty fresh selection because they like only sell like a percentage of, like, most of it doesn't ever sell. Okay, right? Like when you sell fruit and vegetables, you have to account that like it has like a date, how many days it's gonna, before it's not fresh anymore, right?
Fuck, food today, man. The produce you bring home today is rotten. I mean, I thought the lumber at Home Depot was bad when you brought it to the home fucking job site and left it overnight and twisted like
And
a
even
fucking Twizzler. The food rots the goddamn next day. Same thing.
That is developed in the Southern California stores. Oh, they have a whole pretty good selection, and everything's like whatever price higher. It's all like what they call organic, right? Which some of that is actually maybe a little better, but like not really, not always. And even it's questionable where, like, what standards that stuff is even under, because they have it was used to be a couple years back, not that far. The grocery stores didn't have organic stuff. Now they have a whole section of organic fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, but it's quite the price.
Yeah, quite the price.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Grow your own, and it's better anyway.
Well, and most of that, like at least around here, actually is grown in Mexico. It's one thing fruit has to do is declare where it's from, like somewhere in the tag, or like a lot of times it's these little stickers, and if you don't have the magnifying glass, you're not going to read where it says what country it's from, but it's stated on everything. At this point, like our country's so fucked up, we're not even able to create a like American industry of organic fruits and vegetables. They're growing lettuce in Mexico and putting it on the shelf organic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong there. I mean, knowing a little bit about all that, that it gets deep. Like even that, like, labor, that most of our agriculture needs immigrant or whatever labor it's like a little hidden secret. You know what I mean? Like, wait, because when you eat tomato pick, all avocado pickers, they're all these from different parts of Mexico. Like, they don't come up here to live long term. They come up here to do the job. They take that money and live the rest of the year down in their part of Mexico. But if we didn't have that, And then the price of everything would be outrageous. You wouldn't have like dollar something a pound tomatoes.
We're gonna walk this down for the next 5 minutes to the 20, where I am then gonna blast the damn song as we
Yeah,
go.
I miss
Uh,
that.
yeah, the iMedic in chat was like, okay, 17 minutes to the 20. When was the last time that they had something like?
Well, I'm glad I came on with you.
I am too.
It's always
I'm
fun.
fucking healing up, man.
Yeah, no, I'm still being very careful of like anything of lifting, but no, I
You're
compared to
about
what
what,
it
week
was
4
like.
now?
Oh no, we're 5 weeks from the operation.
So about 15
Um,
pounds is your limit right now.
yeah, and I
Okay.
try not to do much over my head, and but as far as being able to get up and uh spend 8, 10 hours doing whatever I have to do, yeah, like the last month or so before the surgery, oh, that was like I was debilitated. I was handicapped. So I'm far from that, and just yeah, everything's good. Yeah,
That's a weird curve right there. And that's, part, just a I might be walking into a long story here. That's part of, what affects people the most, in my opinion, is that I can't, man, that's fucking dirty. Can't. I can't. Hurts, man. Telling yourself I can't do that, and then in the healing process, you know, being helped is kind of cool. There's a little fun time there. Like, I got this. Somebody helping you out. But then you start, to get in that rehabilitation. I gotta fucking do this shit. Gotta do this shit. And you push yourself a little bit too hard, but don't rush it, bro. I'm serious, man. There's a proper heal time for everything. But yeah, that in between when you can't do that shit that I can't, man. I can be I can fuck with your head a little bit. I think that's where a lot of people get caught in some of uh the depression they go through after an injury.
well, I mean, I haven't had many health things, but I'm a firm believer in like I I have other people in my life who, if you, some people that think they're sick, like you, I don't even know how to explain it, or like more hypochondriac, or is that what it is? Like, have more, like,
Worry
I
too much.
never think, yeah, I, I put, I think healthy, like, even though I don't like practice all this healthy shit, I smoke cigarettes, I party, whatever. Um, I'm 60, and that was the first time I had I had anything because like I hadn't seen a doctor. I have no reason to. Even when I went for the drove all the way down there, went to the appointment, the after surgery appointment. Yeah, I mean, like I asked me, I'm like, yeah, I feel great. Yeah, everything you said, like, oh, it was gonna be like this for a week, and then like, yeah, that's what happened, and I'm feeling pretty good now. Oh, let me take a look at it. He looked at it. He says, all right, and then he said, just like you said, they're calling it a gallon of milk. Don't lift more than a gallon of milk for the next 60 more days.
Respect
So
that shit.
yeah, uh, no, little things. I like it. The it comes down to like, oh, my car is just right there. But like when I go to the grocery store, I can usually grab like almost all the bags and make one trip. Oh, now I'm like, all right, only the milk, one trip. Okay, only this bag and this bag, two trips. and I've been on it. Like, yeah.
All right, hey, buddy, I just cut you off, but I'm gonna jump out of here so that it's the 20.
All right.
So I'm gonna jump out so Eagle can hit the dab song.
Yeah.
Eagle,
Yeah. Let's do it.
fuck you for having us. Chat, fuck you for being here, and we'll see you guys Thursday night.
Go ahead. Thank you, Tokyo, for popping in, brother. Appreciate you.
And all right, I'm out of here too. Thanks for your concern.
Yeah, I'm glad you popped in. And I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm serious. Respect that. Respect them limits. It's for your own good, your own longevity, brother. All right. With that being said, thank you guys very much for tuning in to this episode 824.1. I greatly appreciate all you guys that continue to hang out and be a part of this episode. And, you know, my deepest apologies to anybody that has been hurt in this process. You know, the weed nerd world, there's been a lot through the years, people being offended by other people that come on, and things people say and things we talk about. And in my personal life, living on camera and being very open and being very honest and being very real can affect things. So if ever been hurt by this thing, you know, my deepest apologies to all you guys that if you've ever had any ill feelings about this. You know, this project has always been a great way, I thought, to for people to vent and stuff and grow and positive things. So if at any point anybody's ever taken something shitty away from this, I do. You know, I apologize to all you guys. And I respect all you guys that continue to hang out, be a part of this. You know, this has been a wild ride, 100%. But I appreciate the ability to still be able to do this. And thank you. Cheers to all you guys. Cheers to you guys. With that being said, the most important part of all this, well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that popped in as I popped through here. Smiley's Garden, the Pharmacy Seed Network. What do we got there? Pharmacy Seed Network. Vengus, Buddy Kilowatt, SoCal, Cannon Trooper. Thank you guys for popping in. Thank you guys very much. But again, most importantly, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I am out of here. I will see you tonight with Miss Val. Val Pothead as it once was, but Val always sweet now, I guess. Tomorrow at the new time. The new time is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Pacific for the fucking talking shit with Eagle episodes. So see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Wow. Fucking talk shit. Cheers. Have a great day.